Lights and shadows, everybody. Lights and shadows. That's what it's all about. At least the visual. I just saw on my phone when I went to upload those other two videos. What happened to this one? Failed transfer. I was getting these fucking failed transfers and then they get deleted. Anyways, there was another message from Wolfus. I don't know what it is. I'll go and look at it tomorrow when I go to do the videos again. But Wolfus, I was watching some of the videos. I mean, you're a naturalist, and I think that's great. But there's a lot of things that are missing. It's about our electrical selves that no one's paying attention to. And when I saw that Harald was paying a little bit of attention to that when he was talking about our bodies missing the copper and stuff like that. One thing about the plants and the natural shit, it's not even worth talking to me about it. When I get to the other parts of this series, I'm gonna get into it all, rather than get into a debate and bickering back and forth with you about it. But the Metellus is gonna come into play. I was trying to explain that, what Harald was talking about, and then you kept coming in and saying shit like, you don't know what Harold's talking about, and you don't even know what the fuck he's saying. And yeah, I do. I know exactly what he's saying. And I also know what you're saying, because I watched some of your videos. And what you're talking about with the Lyme disease, the nanometallus is in everything. It's in everything. It's in the fucking air. It's in the plants. It travels around as pollen. It travels, the electrometallus is in, wait till you see all the shit. I started showing Ziggy some of it, but unfortunately Ziggy's fucking zombified too. Okay, the plants absorb their nutrients, right? They absorb through the water, through the air. They absorb their nutrients, whether it's the ultraviolet light and the other lights that they get from the sun, right? So if they throw mineral streaks into the atmosphere and change the atmosphere, it's like going from using CFL light bulbs to using LED light bulbs to different variations, mercury vapors, that kind of thing, when you're working on a grow room. So it's just one thing that can be changed. The light can be changed to make us as humans, depending on what we need for light and energy, and also make a difference with the plants. So there's strong evidence that the trees were not here like they are today. Very strong evidence. I'm not even gonna ever research it again. I'm so satisfied with the research I did. Doesn't mean that all plants are no good. But I would get into it all with you, but not with you, because I just don't think you're ready for it. It's a waste of my time. So later on in this series, when I'm doing the parts on Metellus and stuff, if you're still hanging around, then I will talk directly to you about those things and try to show you them, quickly. But right now, I mean, if you're not even willing to look, and obviously if you're really serious and you went and you saw those videos that I was making, and your responses are that you obviously don't see the imagery, you obviously don't see what I'm saying, or, I don't know, it's a guess for me because you don't actually say, or are you going to claim that it's a hallucination of some kind, or it's imagination? That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for some kind of response like that, and you're not giving me that. It's stupid shit about Harold, and I see why, because I see, you got all these cameras on you and stuff all the time, and you have this huge fucking ego that you won't be able to get over to go look at what it is I'm showing you. And that's unfortunate. And I'm sure it's going to happen with a lot of people. But I'm satisfied to think that and believe that you're not a purposeful liar, and that just makes me okay. I'm happy with that. I'm satisfied with just knowing that, and I don't get the impression that you are. I get the impression that you be too fucking stubborn, and you have too large of an ego, and also, everything you ever believed in your life is at jeopardy, by going and looking at these things. So if you do go and look, you're certainly not going to look for long, because that's the way you feel. So I understand that. I get that. Everybody in my life, it's that way. I was starting to explain it in an earlier video. I got doctors and nurses in my family, and medical industry, people in the medical industry. It's the same idea. Can't fucking get along with no one. I'm telling them Metellus. And what do they tell me? Eczema, Lyme disease, cancer, diabetes, cirrhosis of the liver, skin cancers, and old age, even old age, funguses, candidas, you name it, Morgellons, all kinds of different sicknesses and ailments, and Crohn's disease, and they go to the doctors, and they rather get those diagnoses than treat themselves for Metellus for at least 3 weeks to a month with the coconut oil to find out how bad it is and what it is and which ones they have and all that, They don't even want to, I can't even get out the fucking door with the information. That's why it's nice doing these videos for me, because I get too pissed when I start fucking talking about this shit, and whoever it is, I don't want to name names because then they get upset. But they'll roll their fucking eyes at me as I'm explaining this shit. They'll start rolling their eyes, or their attention goes to something else that doesn't fucking matter. It's part of the fake ass system, and I'm trying to get them to go to reality. No fucking way, man. My whole life has been dedicated to this nursing practice, and now this asshole comes along and gonna try to take away my, $200,000 a year paycheck and my, livelihood and everything, just, by, because that's what I expect everybody to do. I expect everybody to say, oh my God, look at this shit. Oh my, how did we not see this all our fucking lives? Let's put this in perspective now. Let's put it all in perspective, and we'll figure out the real system real fucking quick within a year or two, because there are 7.8 billion of us. So if everybody was to look all at the same time, the whole fake-ass fucking system would come crashing down, including natural medicines, including natural herbs and medicines. I'm not saying it would crash to the ground, but there'd have to be a fucking happy medium. I know that a lot of the plants that you're offering to people and suggesting to people is definitely a good idea. I think it's way better than synthetics, because I jump into synthetics here and there when I have to, because I don't have the knowledge that you have about the natural herbs. That's why I thought it was important to call out Harald Kautz, because Harald Kautz will know something about the heavy metals. As a matter of fact, there was a fucking dude, I always call black guys dudes, I'll get called racist or something for doing it. But anyways, there was a black guy, he was a doctor, he was a really nice guy actually, and he got accused of stealing from his people and stuff like that, stealing money from them and like overliving his boundaries and stuff like that, money-wise. I don't know, I thought he was great, and he knew all about the heavy metals. I could go look him up and stuff, and one day if I have time I will. And he knew about, the humans are missing all these heavy metals. But if you notice, if anybody ever touches on electromagnetic nanocarbon system, I've seen a couple doctors and nurses do it on the Alex Jones show years ago. It's going back 3 to 5 years ago. No, 5 years ago, definitely, because it was before Trump was in. So it was about 5-6 years ago. But anyways, the girl was talking, he was interviewing her, and she started getting into talking about the electrical part of humans that's ignored. We ignore it. And she also brought up about nanocarbon. She wanted to talk about nanocarbon, and Alex was kept, he gets, if you know his show, he jumps all over the place, and he kept distracting her from talking about it, and talks over her, and then she keeps bringing the conversation back to other shit, and you can tell myself and the millions of people that watch this stupid ass fake ass show, we're all at home saying, let her talk, let her fucking talk, let's hear about this, Anybody that tries to talk about the shit that I'm getting at is gonna get distracted, turned down, laughed at, mocked, whatever. Because it's not a program. There's no program for it. We dabble into it. We get in, there's, like I said, the Matrix program. You got the Matrix program because of the books and the movies and everything. So people will picture it as a matrix, and I will say, no, it's not a matrix. Yes, electromagnetic nanocom, but you know what? It's triangular pixels. The Matrix movies and the books don't say anything about the imagery being feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast over and over and over again. They don't say anything about triangular pixels. They don't explain at all that the entire human population can see it for themselves. They don't say that. They say it's one fucking guy, Nico. Nico's the only one, or whatever his fucking name was. He's the only one that can see it, and the other thing is the repeated imagery in the Matrix movies and books and stuff like that. Like, they have that one guy where his image is repeated over and over and over again. Little bits and pieces of truth stuck throughout all the religions, and the Matrix being another one of the millions of fucking religions, because there's got to be millions of them when you think about it. Yeah, so it's really fucked up the way everything's programmed into us, through these books and movies and shit. In other ways too. I mean, in the past, I'm sure there were other ways, but nowadays, it's so easy. Our poor kids, man. Poor fucking kids. Look, the trees are not our friends. I say that here and there throughout the room, but I'm on the moon right now, and I'm not getting off the fucking moon, because I'm always getting thrown around all over the place, and it sucks. I hate that. Because then I got everything set up to work on the moon for a week or two, and then all of a sudden someone comes out and says, what did you say about trees? Trees are fucking not our friends. What are you talking about? And then I'm not going to jump around. But I will, when I get to those parts of the series, I will talk about the Metellus with you. Even if you're not listening, even if you're not watching the channel, I'm still going to address you with it. Because everyone else should know as well. Because the shit that you're telling people on your channel about the Lyme disease is another Metellus. Even poison ivy and poison oak are different Metelluses. You can see them in the plants. You're close enough with all them plants. As a matter of fact, when you were taking that smoke and blowing that smoke around in everybody's face and everything, which is a nice thing to do, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's gonna be good minerals and shit like that for us to inhale, because we're absorbing them. So I think any absorption over oral intake is definitely the way to go. That's the way we should have been all along. Even when the teeth did separate and everything like that, we still should have been trying to absorb everything in our mouth and not doing all this fucking eating that we do. It's really crazy. It's way overdone. But it's provable what I'm saying about the Metellus being the answer to chicken pox, smallpox, pimples, acne, everything. Eczema is another big one. A lot of my family and friends, they go to the fucking hospital, doctor says eczema, they come home and I'm like, that's not fucking eczema, that's a nanometellus. Yeah, I know you can't see it, but if you fucking douse your body in coconut oil for a couple weeks, and I mean, this goes, when I think back in history to all the people I knew over the years that got passed off, or, I'm thinking back to, again, don't mention any names or anything like that, but girlfriends and nannies and babysitter we had one time had really bad eczema all over. And she was even on heavy-duty steroids that had to get special delivered from fucking Canada or some shit, you know, and, you know, it was really bad eczema, she was told. All her life she had it. So, you know, since she was a little kid. Never thought nothing of it. Now that I know about the Metellus, if I would have known it then, I mean, she wouldn't have believed me anyway. She wouldn't have believed me. There's my man. That's not his perfect angle. I'm just lining him up so you can take a look. The mustache, the beard, you'll get that. You'll get the face out of him. I'm waiting on him to make his face go more human. I gotta find his angle. Yeah, right there. That's one of them. That's one of the angles. Let me see if I can. Yeah, you know, the thing is too, Wolfus, is that it's hard for guys my age and older, and you look like you're my age or older, and it's hard for us to ever come to terms with that idea that everything we've ever been told, everything we ever been thought has been a lie, and to start all over, you know? I won't say everybody has more into it than I do, but you obviously do. You've got a lot into it. Just like I'm saying, a lot of my family members, they would never be willing. So in other words, I'm showing you and trying to explain that I have an understanding of why you would deny what it is I'm showing you. It's not unheard of to deny what it is I'm showing you. There's 7.8 billion people denying what it is I'm showing you. So that's not unheard of. And by me calling out the people that I'm calling out, it's nothing personal. I like the people that I'm calling out. If I don't find something I like about you, I really don't even waste my fucking time. As a matter of fact, even finding videos like your videos, when I go for them, you ain't really got shit for me to go in on. I got maybe 3 more that I got picked out that you got clouds, a little bit of water, some more trees and shit like that, so I can at least throw those into the mix as I'm going along. I'll just break up my day a little bit here and there. But you ain't got shit, and then it's all you're a naturalist. I get it. I understand. You're not probably going to be willing to step outside the box and look at what it is I'm showing you, because it's undeniable. I mean, you can't not miss what I'm fucking got in front of the camera right here. And if your disbelief is that it's on paper, on this version's on paper, well, big fucking deal. I'm doing it on video too, so I'm doing it in video form. So what does it take? So next, that's not good enough. So I go and use your friends' videos, which there ain't much of. There ain't much of that out there either. Not even friends, but affiliates. You know, affiliates, people you would talk to and agree with about life. You know, and there's only a few of you out there, and yeah, see, we know that ain't gonna be his angle because I use it part of his arm, so his angle really is up here. You know, that part of the arm gets pointy, so he only goes up the shoulder on that angle right around there somewhere that best fits him. But then again, what I just been learning recently about the cropping, I knew the cropping was important, and I knew it was to separate the imagery. That's why now I'm learning how to crop with the light. That's what you see me doing a lot lately. And I also learned the importance of using those cropping tools, because that image right there that I'm trying to bring you right now, for example, is probably better over here or at another angle, but yet I need to crop them in order to give them to you, for you to see them. Oh, here we go. This will be another layer. There's another layer coming in with the light, because I have the light right. Let's see. Yeah, it's great. It's image within image within image from the veil to dawn. I don't want to break up your eyes if you are already locked on him, but there's so many images all around him and within him, and that he's within. You know, that one particular image is within. So one day I'll fuck y'all up with the croppers, and I'll keep pointing everything out, and I'll take in on all the different layers. Fucking awesome, man. And I'm going to do the same exact thing that I'm doing right now. I'm going to do it on the videos. I already did, actually. I did quite a few of them on video already, and then those 30 videos got deleted. There was at least 5 or 6 videos of the moon on those. But that's alright. I already started making new ones. It's no big deal. It doesn't take shit for time or anything, because I see it all. And I know how to crop, and I know to change my lights and shadows, and I know how to show it to you now. Where 2 years ago, when I started, I didn't know how to show it to you. I could see it, but I couldn't show it to anybody. It was really hard. Now it's getting easier and easier because I'm understanding the system better. And as the more and more I understand about it, the more and more I share about it. I'm not charging anybody. I'm not selling fucking handbags. I'm not doing all the other shit that everyone else is out there doing, so. It's fucking beauteous, man. This is awesome. I love this setup. This is your Rufus glass, Rufus, that I'm using right now. I love it. I should just pull out some fucking cropping tools and have fun. What time I got in? I'll run them through like this, and then I'll crop them when they're on the computer. That's what I'll do, and we'll see how that goes. So I don't have to, bump around with all the lights and everything like that. I'll remaster these videos in the next few days, and I'll give that a shot. Awesome. See, this is the area that I think they were talking about in that moon video I was working on the other day. So I'm gonna go find out, and if it is, I'll have some fun. I'll fuck around and we'll have some fun in here. This will be interesting. This crater right here. Remember they were saying that I was doing a video, and they were saying they were in the. They weren't calling it the Sea of Tranquility though. They were calling it something else. The Blue Lake on the Moon. The Blue Lake on the Moon video. I'm gonna go back to that. Because remember, I told you I could see the imagery right around the crater? The crater looked too small to be this crater, though. I don't know if it really is. But that's what they were claiming was the Blue Lake on the Moon, so I'm pretty sure they were talking about this. I've heard other people call it the Sea of Tranquility. That's why I, said that. This area. This whole area, I guess. That's what I always assumed that they were talking about anyway. So we'll do that, too. And we'll go in there and we'll see if it ends up being the same place. I'll show you. You can match the imagery up. If it really is. They don't know. They don't know anybody. It's not like they would hide it. They don't know anybody's doing what I'm doing. Nobody knows I'm doing what I'm doing. Even I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. So I'm trying to look at this one because on this one I kept thinking it was going to be, it had potential to come back pony or cattle or something like that. This one right here, eye. The other eye is going to be over here. The mouth's going to be right here. See the nose on it and stuff? I'll fuck around and see now there it goes into some beast. It goes beast there. Alright, so let me get away from that. No, it wasn't that one. There it goes. There she is again. Okay, he is again. Alright, now it goes feline there. Or something of that nature. Let me see. I should get out the cropping tools really with this thing. So I keep getting that dude's face when I come this way. So if I come from over here, I seem to have an easier time getting. Okay, then it's canine. Yeah, I can never get them to go. I try though because I don't want to be one way about it all. For example, if he goes far enough around that crater, where's my stick? If he goes far enough around that crater in his photograph or his video, then I can see all this imagery in here. See the eye, the other eye over here, the nose is right here, the mouth is here, with that large image. And all this other imagery that I can easily pick out of here. I can match this shit up with his image. All I gotta do is keep going down and find the angle that he was at and keep going down deeper and deeper and I'll easily come across him. Take 20 minutes. It doesn't matter where he says he is. That's what I was saying in that video when I was doing it. It really doesn't matter because even if he comes in down here somewhere, I'm gonna be able to go eye, nose, and mouth of a human face. Do I see it? I know how to track down the eyes. I know how to track down the images and then separate them. Find one eye, find a matching eye, then make out the rest of the imagery. And then keep turning, like right here. Like this might be hard for you guys to do, but eye here, nose here, mouth here, of another large face. They're all over. Eye, eye. Again, what's this one? What canine nose looks like that. You know, it almost looks pig. So, is there an angle to get a pig out of that? I don't know, but I can go eye, and then growling mouth open of another large face, which some of these also have body imagery with them, but they're shadow imagery, body imagery. So, let's see if I can get that fucking. What am I at? 30 something minutes.